little bit louder.
Kiara.
Okay. And I just realized this is my third interview. I've never told you my name. I'm Riley. Okay, and our first question, what is the most ridiculous fact you know?
Wow. Actually,
Okay. Usually people don't know facts. Obviously high school's working. So anyway, what's the funniest joke you know by heart?
I don't like jokes.
That is a pretty funny joke. Okay, anyway, what part of a kid's movie scared you the most? You have to be louder than that. You have to make sure people can hear you. Okay, back to the question. Do you know an answer?
No.
Okay. Anyway, so our final question. I can kind of guess the answer to this one. What are your famous last words?
Well, famous last words. I mean, got a lot of vocabulary, but I don't know.
You ain't got that much time.
Okay.
You're dead already.
Yeah, famous last words aren't usually this long.
Oh, my bad.
Go subscribe to my channel, cause you know,
Name.
and
And what is your most ridiculous fact you know?
like what?
Like a fact. Like a random fact.
Oh crap, I can't think of any right now.
Okay, we'll come back to it. What's the funniest joke you know by heart?
I don't know any jokes by heart, they just come to me.
Okay, that's a pretty solid answer. What part of a kid's movie completely scared you?
You know that part from Scott Lion King, the first one?
Yes.
When
Yes, I do.
Simba, Mufasa was thrown off the freaking cliff by his butt.
Everyone should know that part of the movie, yes.
That scared the
Now we have to restart.
What's your name?
Riley Barrett.
Thank you for saying it loudly. So, what is one amazing fact that you know?
Flamingos get their color by eating shrimp. It's what turns their feathers pink.
Not very amazing, but okay.
Or, you know, I have another amazing fact is that Grace is awful.
That's true. What is the funniest joke you know by heart?
Knock knock.
Is there?
Orange.
Orange.
No. Oh, that's an old one. Anyway.
Haha. What part of a children's movie scarred you the most?
I don't know. I didn't really watch children's movies. I watched, like, The Headless Horseman as a child. So, you know, when people's heads come off, I guess that was pretty scary. Did you ever watch The Legend of Sweeney Todd? The old Disney animated classic?
Animated?
Yeah, there was an animated version too.
Um,
No heads came off, but it was still pretty
Oh,
terrifying.
that's boring.
I know. If someone isn't getting decapitated every 10 seconds, I lose interest.
What are your famous last words?
It had to be me. Someone else would have gotten it wrong. So, what's your name?
Jordan
Jordan what?
Anderson.
Okay. What's the most random fact you know?
There's a lot. I really don't know any random facts. I know nothing.
Okay. What's the funniest joke you know?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch who?
Butterscotch. You wish you had it.
It's funnier than Grace's joke, I'll give you that. Anyway, TV thrown. What's the scariest part of what part of a children's movie has scared you the most?
Children movie? You know, I was watching, what was it, The Guardians? Santa Claus, you know, Easter Bunny.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Rise of the Guardians.
Yeah, Rise of the Guardians. I wasn't prepared for when Sandman came out of nowhere.
That's pretty scary. I will admit that. In your famous last words.
I thought it was a left turn, not a right. My bad.
Perfect. What's up, guys? So today we're talking about my
Right.
man I married for money is actually a serial killer. So I met this guy a few months back. Okay, you know, just turning 18. You know, obviously not going to college. Who needs that in their life, right? Don't need that debt. Anyway, so I was going around to the local coffee shops, you know, Starbucks, Caribou, you know, those ones. Not trademark, not sponsored. Wish I was. Anyway, so I was walking around and there was this older guy, you know, not my type, but you know, looked like he had that moolah. So I walked up into it. I started saying hi, and you know, one thing led to another, and you know, a couple months later, we were getting married. So, you know, picked out the ring, picked out the dress, picked out the $1,000 bills, you know, normal things you do. Well, suddenly, I was walking around my new house, my new mansion, yeah, you know how it be. When suddenly, I was about to open this door, and he comes running up from behind me. Didn't even know he was there. This guy could be like, he's so coarse. He's so silent, right? Like, so quiet. He just slams the door, almost broke my nail. I was pissed. But anyway, he slammed the door, and I was in shock, so I wasn't pissed yet. Pissed now, almost broke my nail. Anyway, so I was like, he was like, well, first he was like, you can't go in that room. And I was like, okay, why? Like, no reason to break my nail. And he was like, just don't go in there. Well, my little curious, me being curious, I decided, you know what? I was like, okay, I won't go in there. So I waited till that night after he went to sleep, you know, like you do. And then I snuck downstairs, snuck into the basement. Oh yeah, by the way, this was all in the basement. And opened the door. Well, tried, but it was locked. So I went back upstairs to the kitchen, you know, because that's where we keep usually all our keys. And I kept looking and like could not find it. And then I remembered he went to bed tonight with a necklace around his neck, which wasn't usual for him. So I went into his room. We have separate rooms, by the way, you know, bougie me, can't have the same room. Anyway, so I went and checked, and he had it around his neck, you know. So I slowly picked it up and snipped it with the scissors, you know. Hopefully he won't notice, you know. Recording this at 3 a.m. Anyway, so I went downstairs and went back into the basement, unlocked the door, and I pushed it open, and surprisingly, there was nothing there. It was the cleanest room in the entire house. I thought I moved in with a slob for a second, but then, you know, no, this room's spotless. I swear, you could literally lick the floor. It was that clean. It was weird. So I walked around, you know, obviously trying to figure out why I wasn't supposed to be in here, you know. I just married this man. Why can't I be in this room, okay? I was like, ooh, maybe this is where my wedding gift is, you know, my $1,000, you know. Well, more than 1,000, I hope. Press this ring, I really hope it's more than $1,000 for my wedding. Anyway, so anyway, I looked, and I kept looking, and I kept looking. And well, there was this really weird painting, really out of place, you know, spotless stainless steel tables and everything in this room, but this one weird painting. So I was like, okay, obviously this painting's hiding something. So I moved the painting, slid it out of the way, and there was a door. You know, it was actually just a real door. I tried the key on it because it was locked, and it worked. Obviously not a very smart serial killer. Anyway, so I unlocked it, pushed it open, and I swear to you, there was at least 3 bodies. All about my age, you know, all about my height, about my hair color, you know, looked almost exactly like me. So, you know, he has a type, obviously. So, they were all dead, very, very dead. You know, very varying levels of dead. And so I was about to scream, and I was like, remembered, maybe screaming right now isn't the best idea. So, I closed the door, locked it back up, moved the painting back, and I was about to go back upstairs, right? And I locked the door to the room, and I heard a scream from upstairs. I was terrified. So anyway, I locked the door, shut it, and then I ran the other direction from the stairs, running deeper into the mansion's basement. Sorry, blocked out my lighting. Can't have that happen again. Anyway, so I blocked out the basement. I not blocked out the basement. I ran into the basement farther, and I heard him running down the stairs, louder than usual. It was weird. Anyway, so I'm sitting. So anyway, I waited for him to enter the room. He obviously has a spare key. Why I couldn't find that spare key? Weird, right? Anyway, so as he went into the room, I shut it on him and ran up the stairs. So, and then locked the door to the basement. So I'm actually sitting between my staircase between the second floor, the base floor, and the second floor, and now I'm trying to figure out what to do. You know, terrified. You know, and so as I do, you know, I figured I'd come and record a video for y'all and figure out what should I do. Leave a comment in the videos. Leave a comment on what I should do. Should I leave him? Should I help? Should I stay on with the marriage and get my moolah? Or what should I do? Talk to you later. Bye. Look, it's a. We're trying to. We're kind of arguing at the same time. We're going to. We swear we're gonna record. Just it's harder than it looks. What's that? I think that's a rabbit. What's up, Apocalypse? So today we're telling about the story about. Grace, you're recording.